FBA family, I came across this particular video and wanted to discuss it and talk about it with the family, put some light and awareness on it to let you know how to and how not to handle police interaction, warranted or unwarranted. And some of the things that, came to my attention that stuck out to me the most with this particular video that we're going to be talking about here is you had a black coon police officer, but in all fairness, in all actuality, he could have been a tether, because we find that a lot of these tethers get on the police force and take up an anti-foundational black American stance on things. And he just could have been a FBA brother that was a coon, in all actuality, because I see that a lot of these black people in general, not all, but a lot of them, when they get on the police force, they take up an anti-black stance on things in hopes of aligning themselves with the dominant white society, and this brother was stopped for absolutely nothing at all other than being black in the neighborhood that the white supremacists didn't want him in that neighborhood. And this black cop, just stopped him for being black, which is a bunch of nonsense. He had no probable cause to stop this brother. Now, on the other hand, this brother handled the situation totally wrong. When he was stopped by the police, he became emotional. And a lot of the times, police, try to pull on your emotions to get you to act out in certain ways, hoping that a black person to act out. And they use, when you act out and get emotional, they use this as an excuse, kill a black person, to kill a black person in all actuality. So this brother should have remained composed, and in control of his emotions. He was just feeding into, the gameplay that this coon officer was running on him, to get him emotional. Because at the end of the day, when black family, FBA family, when you get stopped by police, just know in your mind that you're a prisoner of war, comply with them. Now, if the officer done something wrong and unjust, you could take that up, with the justice system at a later time. But in all actuality, at this particular time, this moment in time, we need you to make it home safe to your family and loved ones. So, you got to remain composed, and in control of your emotions at all times. So I got the audio and the video of this, and we're going to walk through and talk about it how we normally do, family, fair use, but I ain't going to be going through the video in its whole entirety, because it's an 18 and some change minute video. For the sake of this video, we just going to be jumping the key parts of this particular video. So let's walk through and talk about it how we normally do, family, fair use.
What you mean, how may you help me?
Because I want to see if you lost anything.
What?
I want to see if you lost anything. You okay?
I want to see that for.
This officer know good and damn well this brother didn't drop nothing or lost nothing. This is an excuse to engage him. He had no probable cause to engage, and his only probable cause that this was a black man in a white neighborhood, which is a bunch of nonsense. That black cop ought to be ashamed of himself. He got a coon mentality. But let's continue.
Because I had got a couple calls says you was wandering around here.
And I can't wander.
Yes, you can.
It's a crime for wandering.
I never said it. You're saying it's a crime for wandering.
So what's the problem?
Well, people are concerned that you here.
What people is concerned.
The only reason, and we know it was white people doing that from the dominant white society in that neighborhood, called the cops on his brother. Their only concern was that they didn't want a brother wandering around in their neighborhood. You know what I mean? Every time a white person, not every white person, but a lot of times when people from the dominant white society with the white supremacist mentality see black folks, in all actuality, they mind going to, let's get on the guard, let's get on the defense. This black person is up to no good. They most likely going to commit a crime, which is a bunch of nonsense. The first time people from the dominant white society that got that white supremacist mindset see a black person, it goes into crime mode, that black people are going to commit crimes. And this is just a false narrative and a racialized stereotype that people from the dominant white society have. And let's continue.
What that got to do with me? It's a problem.
Yes, it might be a problem. People are concerned about you. They want to know
about these people.
Okay, but they want to know why you're in the neighborhood.
Why they don't need to know why I'm in the neighborhood.
He don't need to discuss why he's in that neighborhood with people. He could walk freely wherever he, chooses to go. And this black officer ought to be ashamed of himself, because at the end of the day, he's a black man, which means this is 10 times more worse than him. He only trying to get into dominant white society, you know what I mean, which he'll never have access to. But let's continue.
I'm in the neighborhood. I feel like I'm being in the neighborhood.
So you just feel like being in the neighborhood?
I just feel like being in the neighborhood.
So you just feel like, I just
feel like walking through the neighborhood. Yes, okay. Absolutely.
Like, okay,
I can't walk through black. You black like me.
I know I'm going to walk with you. So we gonna walk. We walking together, right?
I can't walk. What you mean?
I didn't say you can't walk.
Now, I want you to ask yourself one question, family. Now, if this would have been a white person, walking in that neighborhood with this black officer stopped and engaged him and told him he was going to walk with him, and the answer is absolutely not. He wouldn't have done this. He's doing it because he was black, and the white supremacists were in all actuality calling on his brother for doing nothing other than walking in the neighborhood while black and minding his own business. I don't co-sign or endorse this no way.
Why you harassing me, bro?
How I'm harassing you?
Because you walk. I don't even know you first and foremost, and you
Let's
just
speed it
hopped
up,
out of
please.
your car
Yeah.
asking.
The cop is still engaging him. The brother cop, and he ain't even a brother to me. He's a coon. So let me rephrase that.
Don't
But
let
he's
my
following,
supervisor come. You said speak to my supervisor.
but he's following his brother, around to engage him in hopes of getting some kind of emotional reaction out of him. And this brother, in all actuality, right now at this moment in time, he's getting emotional, and this cop is calling for backup. That's where we at, in the story. But let's continue.
To your truck.
I don't have to go to my truck.
I'm not valid. I'm not on nobody.
You're totally right. I agree with you.
Is you following me
You asked
though?
my supervisor.
Why?
You asked my
No,
supervisor,
I
right?
didn't. Why?
Yes, you did.
Why?
Record your camera. Yes,
Why?
my supervisor. No.
Why? Stop following me.
Sir,
Stop
I don't have
following
to go
me.
to my truck.
Stop following me.
I don't have to go to my
Stop
truck.
following me. You don't gotta follow me. That's harassment.
No, it's not.
If that was a white cop, if that was a white citizen, that cop for sure as hell wouldn't be following him and bothering him, harassing him and things. But let's continue.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
What's going on, boss?
I don't know. Actual cop.
Come on over here.
I don't
Talk
gotta
with
go
me.
nowhere.
Now the backup is arriving. They getting his brother emotional, which they want to do because when they get you emotional as a black person, this is used as an excuse to kill you at the end of the day in all actuality. But in fairness, I think something might be wrong with this brother. He might not be wrapped too tight, because you always got to remain in control of your emotions, remain calm, cool, and collective, especially when these officers engage you, and just know at the end of the day, you're a prisoner of war. The main thing that need to be on your mind is how do I make it home safe and sound to my family? Now, if I got something, where they did something to violate my civil rights, I could take it up, with the justice system at a later time. But if you don't make it home and they unalive you, ain't no way in hell you can, get these people and, put them on the hook for violating your civil rights. But let's continue.
Talk with me.
I don't gotta go talk with nobody. I'm talking to you right here.
Okay, what's going on?
I don't know. Ask this.
I'm asking you.
I'm
What's going
asking
on?
this.
I'm asking you.
Ask this.
We got a call.
I don't know about your
Suspicious?
call.
I'm gonna speed it
What
up.
you
Man.
talking about?
I'm not
He's
talking
getting
about
emotional
anything. I'm
now.
right here, man.
Got my
They got the brother getting emotional. They playing off of his feelings because the more they know you getting emotional, the more they gonna throw that that fishing line out there more to reel you on in because they play off your emotions because at the end of the day they looking for a kill for white supremacy. But let's continue.
I'm right here. Stop moving.
Why is you
Stop moving.
listen, I don't gotta stop moving.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
Why is you
I'm
detaining
telling
me?
you.
For what?
Stop.
See, now it's
For
getting
what?
physical. You see the hand going on him. Now they trying to detain this brother, and they don't got no probable cause to detain this brother. But in all actuality, this brother may not be wrapped too tight, but he's playing it, totally and completely wrong. He should have not have got emotional. Thought with his mind, calm, cool, and collected. Because what we need to happen is this brother to make it home, not this brother to be unalive. Because in all actuality, what this brother dealing with is race soldiers and black collaborators of white supremacy. But let's continue.
For what?
Stop.
For what?
Stop.
Man, don't touch me no more, bro. For what? I don't gotta stop moving.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't. No, I don't. What crime did I commit?
I'm not saying you committed.
All right, so why am I stopping? Why am I detained? All I'm doing is walking through the fucking neighborhood.
Okay.
All I'm doing is walking through the fucking neighborhood.
That's fine.
That's it.
Now I just need to make sure that you're clear.
Listen, man. I don't need. Listen, man. Get the fuck out of my face. That's what you do. You get the fuck
Look at
out of
him.
my face.
I'm not getting out of here.
Look at him circling around the brother. They not even letting him leave. They violating his civil rights. He had a hefty lawsuit, on his hands. But the only thing is he getting way too emotional. You got to remain calm, cool, and collective. I'm going to keep reiterating that.
Face. I'm right here, my man.
Out of my face.
But Mr. Baker,
Listen, man. Why is y'all harassing me?
Mr. Baker, he told you why we
Hey,
can't
I don't
talk
care.
to
That don't got nothing to do with me.
Yes,
I
it do,
can't
Mr.
walk through a
Baker.
fucking neighborhood.
Baker, he
I
told you.
can't walk through a fucking neighborhood.
You always walking through
That's
that.
all I'm doing. I'm not driving. See this fucking name?
Stop moving.
Why are you touching me?
Stop moving.
Why are you touching me, bro?
Stop moving.
I don't gotta
Now they
stop
get-
moving. I'm not detained. Am I?
Now they getting physical with the brother. This is where they looking for a play to and any excuse in their minds to unalive this brother. Typical race soldier tactic that they use. In correlation with the dominant white society and the practice of white supremacy. But let's continue.
Detained?
Right now you are being
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
Run my fucking name.
You need to calm down.
I'm not
Calm
being
down.
detained.
Yes, you are being detained right now.
Run my name.
I'll run it when I get another officer here. All right.
They had no probable cause to do this to that brother. They violating his civil rights, but he became way too emotional.
Yo, man, you is harassing me because I'm walking through your fucking community? I'm from New York. I'm an independent fucking contractor.
Stop,
Get the
stop,
fuck off of me.
Stop.
Get the
Stop.
fuck off of me.
Stop.
Stop
Take.
touching me. Run the fucking name and get the fuck out my face. Period.
And another thing that stuck out to me is he's calling this white officer nigga. You know, in all actuality, they think black folks when they do that stupid. I don't even know why he's doing that. You know, this is why I say, you know, that we need to remove that term, you know, and pick out higher vibrational words because people from the dominant white society, you know, they think black folks are stupid, especially when they use that to them. You know, look at how stupid they are using a racial slur that's been used against them, you know, and trying to put it on me. But let's continue.
All I did was go for a fucking walk. It's my fucking day off.
You say you're from New York?
I don't give a fuck. Girl, get the fuck out of my face.
Stop moving.
Yo,
Listen,
Look, they're trying to hem him up now.
Yo, run my name.
Stop moving.
So what you gonna do?
What do you mean? What?
The long and short of it, family, is you know, which is not being shown because we, like I said, we're not going to play the full video in its whole totality. But a lot of white neighbors were coming out to get on code to ensure that if anything does go down, you know, they can get in on the partake on the nonsense. You know what I mean? And this is what we normally see going on when white supremacists, you know, detain black folks uncensoredly. You'll have you know, without no just merit, you will see a lot of, you know, people from the dominant white society getting on cold with it, you know, in all actuality, because they complicit in the white supremacy as well. But the long and short of it is they ended up taking this brother to jail, throwing a bunch, you know, some charges on him, you know, and if he would have just stayed calm, cool, and collective, you know, and just made it up out of there, you know, he had a lawsuit on his hands. He might still have a lawsuit, you know, because they violated his civil rights. But the long and short of it is that when you get stopped by police, black folks, especially, you know, remain calm, cool, and collective. You know, a triggering mechanism should go off in your mind that you're a prisoner of war. Don't give them no leeway to, you know, get a kill because what they looking for is a emotional kill, I call it, because they looking for black folks to get emotional so they can use that as an excuse in all actuality to take your life. Just my thoughts on the matter. But black folks, whenever you get stopped, just know that you're a prisoner of war. And if they done something unjust, you know, to violate your civil rights, you could take that up, you know, at a later time, you know, through the legal process. But, you know, in that moment in time, we need you to make it home to your friends, family, and loved ones. Peace.